A year ago, we tried virtual production for the first time in this studio. We made a little living room, we had a window, and we projected a forest outside the window using virtual production. And it was quite cool. But you guys commented that there was a lot of work for just a window scene, and I kind of agree on that. So we made a new project with NerdForce. We created this castle, and we tried to use the same technique. And Aaron, our set builder, also builds parts of the castle in the studio. Then Aaron had this crazy idea he wanted to share with us. Aaron.
Oh, hi Anders. Have you come to see my idea for the sci-fi set? I've been thinking we build like a sci-fi street. Look, I was using AI to generate this stuff, and I've got some designs for the fence. I was thinking we need about 80 aperture lamps, and then we can use this old box to turn into a shipping container, and we can build this all in the studio.
Do you want to build a sci-fi street in our studio?
Yeah. I mean, look at it, it's super simple. I think it'll probably only take about 2 weeks.
Okay, you have 2 weeks. Okay? Just 2 weeks.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, wow. Look at what the hell? How did you...
Everything's a mess. We're pretty far behind. This is like the low point of the project.
2 weeks, Aaron. 2 weeks.
This is magic.
So basically, Aaron just wanted to see how far we can push the limits of the studio. How big of a scene can we make here? Can we make it look like a city and shoot a little scene here where you don't need to go outside? Is that possible? Is it like, it's not very big in here, but I think together with Aaron, we were thinking that if we are a bit creative, we can trick the brain of the audience to think that we are in a city.
So the idea behind this project was to take Aaron's skillful set building and then extend that street that he was going to build with a green screen and a virtual production, and all that was going to happen in real time. So we could see on the screen when we're filming the whole city behind that street.
Oh! Whoa!
And then I think we might also have to extend it with another single one, which I'll make here. So for this project, we decided to use AI and show that it's not actually stealing your jobs, it's helping you as small filmmakers create a more complex and interesting world. So we've generated a whole load of AI images that I'll use as reference to then build the set.
What do you think about this project? It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It sounds like a lot to do in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know how many is actually going to work, and from what I understand, it's Aaron. But it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm confident we might even finish 2 days early.
I don't think you are. All our faith is in you, like we are all dependent on you now. So we have promised a lot. Let's see how it turns out. Now it starts?
Yeah, plan is get the materials, get the tools, and then we're going to start laying out the blocks, and then hopefully by the time Anders is back Monday, he'll have a rough layout of what the space will look like. Should we just take him in the van as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, buddy!
This project was a big risk for us because it meant we had to close down the studio for at least 3 full weeks for both our own shoots and also for renting it out.
How far does this part of the street go out?
Except the few images Aaron sent us, I did not know what to expect.
Are you going to use this kitchen area?
We'll lose access to the sink, I think, before I was going to build it forward, and then I was actually like, actually we could redesign it, build it into the kitchen. So there's 4 main components to the set. There's the miniature bar with a robot inside, there's a robot workshop, a restaurant, and the fence. I estimated that each of these things would take approximately 30 to 40 hours each, so coming in somewhere between 120 hours and 160 hours for the entire build. I think it seems quite wasteful, the size of this. Basically what we're doing is making pretty generic shapes so that it can be reused for multiple projects and stored in the cellar. This better for the environment, but also allows more flexibility in the projects that you guys do. Okay, so you may remember these blocks from the previous virtual production episode. We are gonna strip off the foam from them and use the frames to make some chairs for the sci-fi set.
And the flats, the walls and wheels that we've been using so much in the studio was also going to be a part of the whole setup.
One went into the restaurant set and one went into the robot workshop. These flats are a lot thicker, which meant that I could attach things and cantilever things off of them. All of this is extremely simple to build. It's pretty much just assembling the flats and then adding details. I just miniature flats with holes cut in or details added on. This is to create a more sort of 3D texture and something that will look a bit more interesting than just a perfectly flat grey wall. This bit's always super fun because whatever colour the flats and the bits of wood were before start to go away and you start to begin to see how it's going to look once it's all painted up. Makes it a lot more uniform and sort of hides a lot more of the imperfections that you were seeing. Also, without the different colours, you can begin to see how the light's going to affect it. Obviously, we're going to have like neon lights going on, but you can see like, oh, there's going to be shadow here, and you see a bit more of the three-dimensionality of it. Now we're going to mount corrugated iron to make them look like containers. So that's the metal part of the container, pretty much done. Up next, we're going to cut down the foam seat bits, and we're going to use the stone outers from the last virtual production thing. So you can sort of see how this has gone from stone from a castle into something super cyberpunk without really any waste. I've cut down all of the little strips just here. They're like 1.5 centimeters. And then we're just going to nail gun it all up around the curve, you'll see. And then it will give the curve look, but there'll be loads of little gaps. And we'll fill it from the back with tape and then fill it with filler.
Oh, wow. Look at what the, how did you do all this weekend?
Yeah.
Wow, so cool. Aaron is so quick, like he put up the whole thing in just a weekend. Well, not the whole thing, but at least big parts of the setup. Coffee?
Oh, yes, please. So the robot's going to go in here, pretty much where you're standing.
And bottles and stuff here.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to have to get all you guys to bring a whole load of like spirit bottles and...
Oh, well, we have our own brand. We use Bruce. So this we can have somewhere, yeah?
Yeah, a whole load of different bottles, I think.
Cool.
Cheers.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We knew that we needed a lot of light because we have neon lights, we have street lamps, there's so many places we need lights in the set design. And since we have been collaborating with Aperture for so many years now, I think it's almost 8 years, we asked them if they could lend us some lamps, or well, not some, it's like 80 lamps to put inside the set design. Everything from infinity bars to bulbs to smaller MC Pros, and all of these can be adjusted by an app, the Silence Link app. So I was so looking forward to install everything and start adjusting the lights with the app. That's what's going to be really exciting. I'm just curious, like, how would you mount this? Like, because it's magnetic, right?
Yes, yeah, so we've got some metal plates, and then as you see, they magnet on really strongly.
Okay.
So yeah, of course.
Oh, that's perfect to use for set building, that you can dim it that much down. So one thing is the set build, but we also needed a city to expand the whole set into this big city.
Oh! Whoa!
We had Dari, our friend, to do this, and he would use Unreal Engine to make it look credible that actually when a set build was done, that the city we were looking at in the green screen and Unreal Engine world was a part of this set build. So we are here at the kitchen, not doing a kitchen show, but actually looking at some ideas for the Unreal landscape. The green screen is going to be replaced with Unreal Engine landscape, and Dari here is going to help us out.
Yeah, I'm going to help them out.
Aaron has planned to have like a real fence, and that's where the green screen virtual part starts. And then it will be great to have a big view of the city.
So here is the studio, person looking out, and this is green screen then.
Because we don't have a lot of time or budget, we were thinking of buying this cyberpunk gigapack from the marketplace, and it seems to have basically everything we need: flying cars and people, but we have to run this at 4K 60 real time.
Yeah.
So for the chairs, we're going to get leather that's going to cover them. We've got these 2 samples here, and we had to light up the green screen behind just to sort of see how they're reflected.
Oh, I see it now actually. This one is
This one really catches the green, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go for the grey, which is slightly more matte.
Getting this reflection from the green screen will make the keying very hard.
Of course, fake leather. We don't use real leather here.
And if we do, it's human leather.
That's very true.
That was something. Okay, so we're gonna make two. It's pretty late, okay. I love how it's always just the stuff that goes wrong that gets caught on camera.
What's not right about this one?
It's like a little bit twisted. I might screw into that. Morton's not looking.
Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a pay for route.
Fucking classic.
Clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a pay for route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trying to tell.
How long were you up till last night?
Last night was a bit, I went to bed a bit earlier. I finished at 2:30 rather than 3, so. I was working and I turned around and I thought that I saw a whole load of people, and then suddenly all the people disappeared and it was just Kim from Views. And then I said, oh, hi Kim, and then he disappeared too. And that was the sort of mark where I was like, I should probably go to bed now.
How's it going, Aaron?
I don't know, pretty badly. Everything's a mess. We're pretty far behind. I'm confident we might even finish 2 days early. Yeah. This is like the low point of the project, but the project's so big that I feel like there's gonna be like quite a few more lows before it's then the high of finishing it. It's just like loads of little bits take slightly longer, and that adds up to like a lot of delay.
So I was a bit concerned about Aaron on this project because he was just working so hard, and working that hard is not good for anybody. So throughout this project, I was kind of trying to hold him a bit back, but Aaron, he was a man on a mission.
The thing was that we had to finish it up within 2 weeks because we had other shoots after this in the studio. Also, we had now invited people to the studio to for this big opening of the Sci-fi Street.
I think it looks great, but who am I?
Yeah, no, I mean it does, but it should be like further ahead to have it finished in time for the deadline.
Of course, it doesn't feel good when things are not going the right direction, but I think sometimes, you know, people say trust the process, but also another thing is that if you have people who have not been a part of the project, to just show them where you are now, it can really give you a big motivational boost. I assume you can get a little bit blind because you're like so into this all the time. Well, we have this student who's here every Wednesday, and today he's here. So I thought let's show him the set build, and maybe that will give some motivation.
Dette er jo fantastisk.
Are you honest now?
Yeah,
This is like, it's far from done.
but I can see the general outline already. It's like something out of like an animated film or something.
Not here, there'll be a practical robot.
Oh.
Beer there.
Just casually like, yeah, there'll be a practical robot over there. That's amazing.
It can only do one thing, so it's not like,
But will it
don't
have
expect Dog
electronic
Boston
or
dynamic.
like 100% honestly, I love this. It's a world. You're creating a world here. I mean, set design is magic, honestly, because this is magic.
If it was like metallic and then like maybe a light or something, and
We have like as Aaron was working on the build, it was not like the rest of us were just chilling. We were also working on this project and different aspects of it. So one of the things we had to do was to create the visual design for the 3 shops, the restaurant, the bar, and the robot workshop. We created the logos, we created menus, and we got them all printed on these special film papers, so we could have some RGB lighting behind them and create a really cool effect.
You know, Morten had some ideas, I had some ideas, Emma had some ideas. If you just see someone helping, you know, it's a boost for everyone.
So we really wanted to create a whole experience out of this street, so it was not just the build itself, there was lots of small details that you could look at, and I think you could be walking around in the street for a few hours and still find some new details.
I got an idea, because we have a projector. What if we avoid it hitting the green screen, we turn it on, and then we use a mirror to reflect the light into here. And then we could show the menu for the restaurant from the projector, and we could create some really nice animations. People are gonna like, where's this coming? Where's the light coming from? Scary part of doing so many different things and upload it to YouTube is that there's always experts in all fields. We can watch this, like there's a mirror expert who's like, no, we shouldn't do this. We do our best. Oh yeah, this is actually quite sturdy. Using Fusion in DaVinci to be able to make the shape.
So we had some extra space on this wall, so I thought, why not make like a security camera or something to get another angle of the set. So I touched the black magic up here. Long HDMI cable feeding from the camera into here, where I put a small Ultimate that's also connected to a hyperdeck, Blackmagic hyperdeck, which is gonna feed it a pre-rendered video.
A lot of cabling.
All of the big pieces, the flats and the overhangs are in place and base coat painted with either dark grey or light grey. Now we're going to go through and add details, both physical things and also painting to divide things up. For the greebles, we used a whole load of parts from an automotive shop, including stuff like plastic pipe, wires, vents, all that sort of stuff. And then we also grabbed a whole load of greebles from inside the studios, such as air conditioning unit parts.
This could work.
To add to the set to make it seem a bit more alive.
We decided that the theme of this street should be Oslo, our city, 50 years from now, so in 2074. So we put in a lot of futuristic details. So one of the things we wanted to do was to create a news broadcast from 2074. You know, kind of humoristic things that could maybe happen 50 years from now. And then Emma and I, we filmed it and made it into a new segment.
This has been a long time coming, but the country of the Netherlands is now officially history. What used to be the highest peak in the country, the Vasselberg, was today covered by the ocean. The Dutch refugees have already fled the country many years ago. Most of them live in New Rotterdam and RV spots high up in the Himalayas in Nepal. The Norwegian film production company Views has bought Disney Plus after...
In addition, we made some commercials.
There was a local design student called Paul who wanted to come and help out, so I let him have pretty much free reign on the robot workshop.
Paul, what's your thoughts behind this creation of yours?
It needed to like tell a story. Everything has a reason, function follows form. So this is a square producer.
For the robot.
Exactly.
If you need a square, you go to this machine and get the squares. You made a story, so it's more motivational.
It needed to have some background to why it's shaped like it is. Because it's odd, but it still kind of makes sense. The base is wood, but the most things that you see is cardboard, everything.
I'm never prepared. The other part of greebling was using the offcuts both from the tabletops and the flats to make paneling and attaching fake rivets to them that then add just a bit of three-dimensionality rather than just having completely flat flats. So as you can see, we've lit the top bits with the tubes, and as well we've mounted some tubes onto the back wall piece there, just to sort of make it look a bit more sci-fi futuristic. It's quite cool to use them both as lighting things to make these interesting objects, but as well just put them on their own, and they're actually like part of the greebling and detailing.
Since we have so many lights here now, I think almost over 80 lamps, we should adjust them wirelessly. Because some of them are like inside stuff. There's even one inside here, which I can't access now. But we're gonna turn it on afterwards. And there's so many sections in this street. Today, okay, let's say, I want the fence to be blue. So we connected them to the Sidus Link app. And then we made a group called Fence. If I press here now, I can see them. I'm gonna flash. And then I can also add effects for that group. You can play around. There's so many customizations. It's so fun. The set was done, the lights were on, we had adjusted the lights to make it look cool, we had the props, we were just finished in time, and it looked so cool.
So now only the first half of this project is done. Now it's time to put it all together and put some life into it.
Damn! So the cool thing with these ones are that when you zoom, you also zoom digitally in the Unreal scene. Same with the focus.
Look at
that! This is the future.
Oh my god. Look at this.
This is crazy.
It's only 2 days until the opening where people are gonna come from the industry to look at it. We needed to install the visual production, we needed to put in the city, and also we wanted to shoot a little scene to show everyone who was going to come here that what's possible to do here.
We need to fix the latency.
Oh, time flies a little bit late probably. We started inviting people to the event.
How is it going so far? It's shoot tomorrow. Can we see the city soon?
I have the fun.
Action! There we're setting up the robot because I was going to serve futuristic glitter beer.
No stress.
People are coming now.
So this was the first video out of 2. The next video will show more of the visual production side of it. If you want to see that video and if it's out, it should pop up somewhere here. You can press it or there's a link in the description. If it's not showing up, it's not out yet, but it will come very soon. So subscribe and thanks for watching. Ha det bra!